Hi, I'm Garrett Willett. I am the owner of Fable Productions LLC, which is my music production company. I was prompted to make this video a few days ago because the snare drum for my electronic drum kit broke. I took it apart and it should be able to be fixed, and worst case scenario, I just order another snare drum. But that snare drum has become a message for me. For years, I've wanted to make music of my own, and after a long time of saving money, renovating my bedroom into a studio, and thousands of hours of practice, I'm finally in a place where I can do that. As difficult as all of that was, it's way more difficult for me to tell other people that I want to do this as a career. I've heard so many times that if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. But I feel so much fear and I get so scared of telling people that I want to do that. And that when I think of telling people that, I can already hear them talking about things like, yeah, but you're still young. You got a long way to go. You're really not that good. You're not good enough. Or you're doing this or this wrong. Another thing that I think about people saying is just, it's not about the money, it's about the art. Don't worry about the money. Thinking about the things that other people might say is probably more harmful for me than actually hearing them. All of that just keeps me locked inside my own head where nobody's ever going to see or hear my ideas. Nobody will ever know if I'm more than I let on if I won't show them what I have to offer, which is where that snare drum comes in. That snare drum felt like a message for me, and that message was that I cannot afford to stay in the dark any longer. Stuff breaks, things happen, and because of that, all of this will crumble around me if I don't use it. There's a figurative side to that as well, in that if I don't be genuine and be who I am with other people around me, I'm gonna fall apart too. That's been difficult for me. I used to be better at that when I was a kid and didn't really care. The next part is difficult because I have to talk about me, and I do not like looking like I'm bragging about myself. But I can't get anywhere if I won't tell people about myself. First and biggest thing, I am a really good guitar player. I can play the majority of music that has guitar in it. I can improvise a good solo over most songs, and I can shred. That was a solo from an original song that I wrote a little while ago. I'll play more original music later, but that'll be later. But I love playing guitar, I love playing drums, love playing bass. Yeah, bass is fun. A lot of my approach to music comes from understanding whatever it is I'm doing on a really technical level. For piano, I can really only play piano because I know a ton of music theory. I can play what I want to hear in the easiest way possible. For drums, I love taking grooves and turning them into weird grooves, whether that be with odd time signatures or moving the kicks or snares to the upbeats, anything like that. And it has made me so much better at drums. Vocals is fairly new for me. I really only just have sang in my car. One other thing I did was when I was like 17, I learned how to do tube and throat singing, which sounds like or there's one more style that I haven't done in a long time. They're different sensations that I've been able to dip into while I'm singing. Specifically, this of adding safe distortion to my voice so that I can sing along with whatever it is and just throw in distortion randomly, which a lot of great vocalists do. The other thing that I've been really good at that's helped with vocals is different impressions and just funny noises that I've made. Like doing Marge Simpson impressions, like Homer. It's totally goofy, but it's just knowing your voice really well. Or doing John Marston is, ah! He always sounds like he's yelling, even just a little bit. Like really, he really does. It's also really funny to pull that out of nowhere and just, ah! And just cut it off. One more thing, and this is the thing that really told me that I have a potential for vocals, is I started listening to Luciano Pavarotti, who is an opera singer. Opera singing is an entirely different beast than normal singing. He trademarked something that he called the animal sound, which involves hitting that high C, that C5, with a lot of power and a lot of resonance. I found out I could do it a while ago, and when I found out I could do it, I was just mind blown. But it's really loud, so I have to stand across the room and turn my microphone down to be able to like record it without clipping the microphone. So I'm gonna try that right now. Before this video, pretty much all of my musical abilities have been undocumented. However, I have had a few projects that I've worked on that do showcase some of my abilities. First thing is I have some original songs that I wrote, and they really were opportunities for me to learn how to record, learn how to write, and prove to myself that I can make the things that I want to make, and I can do the things that I want to do. And I'll play some of the highlights of them here. Sun goes down and you're tossing and turning. Sun goes down, I can see you're upset. When the sun goes down and it makes you sad and brings back all your regrets. But when I see you play, it's so damn exciting. I feel like I could die. Every day when you surprise me, I'm so glad I'm alive. Go! So many paths to taking decisions that you make. No wonder I can't make up my
There's a pattern to all of this, a cycle we cannot miss, but will we know the sign of blood signs? 1 and 1 makes 2, 2 and 2 makes 4. What if halves of me are just me in full? 1 and 1 makes 2, 2 and 2 makes 4. What if halves of me are just me in full?
I'm so sad. That last song, the only file I could find is this really, really quiet one. There is no other trace of that project on my computer. At least I have the one file to know what it sounded like. The other really cool project that I've been working on is I've been writing my own soundtrack to the video game Hollow Knight. I have never heard the soundtrack before. I did this with my friend. He took a bunch of footage of him playing the game without the music. And now it's my job to compose a score over it. I'm gonna play some of that right now, and I really like it.
Madaula Misu. O Chitari. Akala Tono.
Dann Schatz da. Choco, kerek dis. Dann Schatz da.
Drosiek Halimo. Garama! Edina!
The continuity is broken. It's a new day with fresh coffee. The mugs actually look like a Soundwave file. The first time that I played some of the music I wrote for my friend, within 20 seconds of hearing the music, he said, "This is Hollow Knight music." And that was insanely inspiring for me. It was the most assuring thing I could have heard. I made a medley of the stuff I'd written so far, so I took all of the stuff and just smashed it together. As I was going through the tracks and telling him what track was what, I told him one of the sections, I was like, hey, this is now this character. It's Snail Shaman. And he's like, Snail Shaman? Garrett, in the original game, there is bongos in one piece of music in the entire game. And you put bongos on the one piece of music in the entire game that has bongos. It was so weird that my own mind was like linked with the composer's mind of just like, Snail Shaman. Shaman belong to tribes. Tribes have bongos. And it's a snail, so he's probably just banging on his head. It was such a stupid moment listening to that together. Alright, so now I've talked about what I've done, just some of the stuff I've made. Now I want to talk about what I want to do in the future. Biggest thing, I want to build a career out of music. Whether that's performing my own music on stage and touring, or composing scores for film, TV, or video games. It doesn't matter to me, as long as I can continue to do what I love. I want to make music that shares my own story and inspires people. Because that's, when I hear people's music, that's the stuff I really latch onto, and the stuff that I love is stuff that shares people's story and stuff that inspires me. I want to challenge people to look at art differently. I want to challenge people to look at art with legitimate consideration. I don't want people to minimize it into boxes or kind of deflect giving it a real chance. I want people to look at my stuff and give legitimate consideration. The goal here is genuine engagement with art and not YouTube's whatever statistics of engagement. If you really engage with art and really look at it for what it is, then it has the chance to be seen as a world-defining masterpiece, but at least it's going to be seen as someone's genuine art. At the end of the road, that's all what it is. In my absolute grandest idea, so this is the absolute pull out all the stops dream, reach for the stars, is I want a castle. I've seen a bunch of castles on the lake near where I live, and I've seen them, and like that would be an amazing place for Fable to be based out of. Fable's already such a storybook sounding name. It would be amazing if Fable was based out of a castle, and it would be called Fable Castle. And I thought that would just be absolutely amazing. I know that all of these things that I dream of are possible only with the support of other people. And a lot of that is financial, but there is just as much a need for people to listen to what I have to make and listen to what I have to say. But I still kind of have to have ways for people to access what I make if I want them to engage with it and decide if they want to support me. Now that I said what I want, here's what I'll do for you in exchange. I will try to release one single a month for the foreseeable future, with the goal of releasing my first album. I don't know when that album will be complete, but the first single will be out October 1st. On top of that, I will be doing video lessons and breakdowns of all the aspects of my songs, from what I'm playing on different instruments, how to play that, to how I'm writing the song and what I'm thinking during that, to how I'm writing lyrics, and maybe a little bit about what they mean. But I think I'll leave that interpretation a little vague. I want you to consider this art for real. I want you to get your interpretation out of it. I want you to see it for what you think it is, and what you think I think it is. We'll have a psychological back and forth with that. I'm going to be doing morning coffee chats of I wake up and have what I think is a brilliant idea. So I get to drink coffee, and you pretend to drink it with me, and I talk about whatever that is. Generally, that'll be music. I will also be doing candid videos of whatever I'm working on at the time. It will literally be like you walking into my studio, peering over my shoulder and saying, "Hey, what you got there?" My phone will jump out of my pocket and I will record whatever it is I'm working on, no matter how much I may cringe at it. And I will post that, and you will have access to that. All of this will be coming out on YouTube and Instagram or other socials. There will also be some content that is only being released on Patreon. Some of this stuff you will have to support me with $3 a month, which is Patreon's bare minimum support number, and then you will have access to some of that content. In the future, there may be extremely exclusive content that requires you to pay more, but for now, just the bare minimum is required to be able to access some of that content. That's all the stuff that I'm going to be trying to do, and I'm really looking forward to getting frustrated over all of this and figuring out all these new things with mixing, mastering, music distribution, and video production. This is something I'm learning in the past week. So, I'm so looking forward to this journey. And over time, I hope that Fable grows from this little seed in my brain to this whole dream that is calling to me. Farewell, and have a fabulous day.